TIFU bringing weed brownies to the family gathering. This took place yesterday on Christmas Eve. Some pretext. I made a potent batch of weed brownies last week. I'm actually super proud of them. Basically my first attempt. Some rough calculations. And I figured about 150 mgs of THC per brownie. I have a pretty high tolerance and had eaten several over the past days. They were tasty and got me pretty baked. Just the way I like them. I had one left and was saving it for an occasion. My stepmother was hosting a small Christmas Eve party at her house. So we packed our presents and rallied the kids into the car. I grabbed my last brownie and decided to eat it when we got to the party. We arrive and unload everything. Begin mingling and the kids start playing. I start eating my snack in another room. When Bob happens to stroll by and see me snacking. Now Bob is a pretty avid marijuana user. And has a similar tolerance to me. We start chatting and I mentioned that I was eating a really strong pot brownie. And offered him the last 1/4 of mine. I clearly made the point that they were potent. And Bob surely could handle this piece. He can and did. The foo is what happens after. So he takes his little 1/4 piece and starts eating it. We head our separate ways. About an hour later, I start hearing murmurs through the house that my stepmother isn't feeling well. I didn't think too much of it initially. But after some time, Bob comes back to discreetly inform me that he had offered some brownie to my stepmother. Someone that rarely uses marijuana. She had a bit of a panic attack once the effects started setting in. And vomited. She was away in her bathroom having this episode with Bob there with her. The rest of our family patiently waited in the guest room without much of a clue as to what was going on. At 6 p.m. we were supposed to start opening presents and playing games. But more than an hour had passed while we all waited for my stepmother to appear from her room. I felt so terrible when I found out what had happened. She was never intended to have those edibles. I couldn't believe Bob had shared it with her. Perhaps on another occasion would have been better. But this was not that time. My stepmother was all right again after about an hour. She barfed what she had eaten and was eventually able to calm down. Once I knew what was happening, I sent her a brief but inspiring text, while also apologizing for my snacks ending up in her hands. In the end, my stepmother and I were baked and smiling the rest of the evening. Lots of laughs and joy was had. Despite such a bad mix-up just hours earlier, I told Bob how dumb that was. And won't be sharing edibles with him again. TLDR. Brought a weed brownie to my family Xmas party and shared a piece with someone. They shared it with someone who should not have a weed brownie. Edit. Added some words. It all ended up okay and this was more Bob's food than anything. Damn it Bob. Classic Bob, right there. Bro, a similar thing happened to me. Except it was my mom who rummaged through my stash and deliberately took an edible not knowing exactly what it was. My mom has this habit of going through whatever stuff I have laying around and unilaterally taking one of my candies, or snacks or chocolate, whatever it is I bring home. This time it was a pack of high-powered gummies. She didn't even bother asking me what they were. When I came back home she had taken one. And then told me she barfed all over the bathroom. I felt so bad I helped her clean it up. For the rest though it was all smiles. She also did a load of laundry at the time and overloaded the detergent lol. I too dabble in the dark arts of edible making. I always keep some CBD and black peppercorns on hand in case anyone overdoses themselves. CBD cuts the anxiety effects of too much THC. CBN is great too. Biting down on a black peppercorn is an old hippie's trick that legit seems to work. Something about the pepper having some terpenoid compounds that promote a calm high. It also helps ground you to focus on the hot sensation. On the rare occasion I overdo myself, I look at our jokes and laugh through my panic. I also make mine pretty weak. I can always take more. But I hate for someone to accidentally overdose and have a bad ride on my account. Hey dude, it happens. Just maybe next time don't bring nuclear brownies to a family gathering LMAO. Last time I got that high I ended up pregnant. Last time I got that high I got someone pregnant. My partner went home for the holidays while I stayed home. He suggested I take a gummy or some THC water while he was gone Xmas Eve. Having never taken them, I thought it better to have him home before imbibing for precisely the reason what happened to your stepmother. Fuck Bob. It's funny that nobody ever thinks TFU when they bring a bottle of whiskey to an event where several people end up going off the deep end as a result. This kind of thing happens regularly in my social circle and it's just how we roll, I guess. When I was about 17 I made some chocolate chip cookies that were approximately 80 milligrams or so per cookie. My family, and mom especially, have a long history of baking and frequently have cookies around. Aunt comes over and sees them cooling. Just helps herself. Lesson learned to ask first when I'm the one in the kitchen. Oh no, my long-lost cousin. I'm out of brownies. Bob always messing things up. Glad everything turned out well. I figured it would. Where's the follow-up? How many munchies were consumed after everything calmed down? From my experience, edibles really bring on the munchies for non-users. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you, your family and everyone out there today. Great stepmom, classic Bob. Great family vibe. Damn it Bob, this is why I can't share things with you. Not her fault. I would love to meet people like you, sharing her last brownie.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.